Welcome to Logic Academia Diction class. Today we shall be looking at consonant sounds. Consonant sounds are sounds produced with either partial or total obstruction of air passage in the vocal cord. Now, if you must know, the vocal cord can either be totally blocked or partially blocked. Now, there are 24 consonants in English language sound system. Unlike the other one, we have 24 consonant sounds. The basic mechanism for articulation and classification of consonant sounds are described in terms of 1. The direction of the air, meaning the inflow or the outflow of the air, which could be ingressive. Now, when we talk about ingressive sounds, we're talking about certain sounds that involve, sucking in of the air. Although, in most cases, we usually have sounds like that not major in the English language. You often find such sounds in Zulu language or the Chinese language. But in most cases, the English sound is more of the aggressive sound, which has to do with the outflow of air. So the second one we have is the activity of the larynx, or you can refer to it as the state of the larynx. Here, the state of the larynx, or the state of the glottis, can also be the activity going on in the vocal cord, that is looking at how the airflow moves in the vocal cord and the larynx itself. The next one we have is talking about place of articulation. Here we're looking at the positioning of the organs, looking at how the tongue, how the velar, how there is either total or partial obstruction in the vocal cord. So looking at how the organs are positioned in the vocal cord, that's what we're talking about concerning the place of articulation. Now, the next we shall be looking at is the manner of articulation. Here, under the manner of articulation, we shall be looking at different kind of things. First, which is the plosive or the stop. When we talk about the plosives or the stop, we're looking at sounds that have to do with total stop before a forceful release of the air. Example of such sound we can have in such as. We can also have it in sounds such as b. Then let's now look at another one we have under this is called the affricative. Now, under the affricative, we're looking at total closure in the vocal cord, which has to do with before releasing the sounds. Then also we have the fricative sounds. The fricative sound talks about partial closure in the production of the sound. That is, the S string is narrowed before the production of the sound. Followed by the lateral. The lateral here talks about talking about the partial closure for the air to produce the sound. Followed by, we're talking about the semi-vowel sound, which you look at the likes of w and the y. Here also, we can notice that in production of this sound, it's not totally blocked, it's partially blocked. We have the nasal sound. In the nasal sound, it talks about the movement of the air when the mouth is closed, and it involves the nasal cavity. That is, sounds that involve the nose the use of the nose, such as n, n. Then we have ng. Next to this is the lateral or the roll. Here, the lateral or the roll is referring to the R sound. The R sound that involves the tongue, in this position. There's a folding of the tongue for the pronunciation of this particular sound. Let's look at the sound one after the other. The fourth sound we have here is the voiceless bilabial plosive. Good. Now, look at that. As in pen, as in nipple, as in shepherd. We hear some people pronouncing this word as shepherd. No, the right pronunciation is shepherd. Here we have the word ecop, not ecoff. Ecop. Okay? We together. Now let's go ahead. Now let's get the voice bilabial plosive again. Now we talk about voice bilabial as in involving two lips here. Now, so an explosive sound. Explosive sound as in I have explained earlier on. Plosive. So meaning there's a stop before the release of the air. Like we're having boy, Scrabble, noble. Do you get that again? Let's go. Boy, Scrabble, noble. Now let's go on to the next one. Voiceless alveolar plosive. Just like you earlier understand that we usually have voice and voiceless sounds in the consonant sound. So we have the so sing, later, nature, belt, celestial, 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 celestial. So it's not celestial, rather it is celestial. So let's go ahead. So we have the here. This is an alveolar plosive. When we talk about alveolar, we're talking about the ridge of the mouth. So we're looking at voice alveolar plosive. Now let's go. Then, blood, daddy, reading, mother, mother. Let's go on. We have voiceless velar plosive. Here we have cattle, lack, calculus, quantity, conquer, peck, followed by g, as in voice velar plosive, meaning gate, baggage, example. Did you see that? Not example. Example, exact, exact, guitar. The next we have is a voiceless post-alveolar fricative, which is also referred to as palato-alveolar. So we have in chief, archbishop, culture, Christian, not Christian, Christian, as in search, search. Next we have J, like in J, your song sign. So J is a voice post alveolar fricative, meaning palatal alveolar also. Now, as in the word jump, judge, Raj, badge, knowledge, general, arch. Next we have is a voiceless labiodental fricative, meaning involving the teeth and the lip. So look at this. So you can see the upper teeth and the lower lip are in production of the sound. So we have fun, phlegm, few, cliff, enough, believe. The following word is the voice labiodental fricative. So we have you can see that's why we said this voice. So very, valve, of, Stephen, wagon, late. So the next one we have is a voiceless dental fricative. Now listen to me. While pronouncing this sound, it's also mostly patterned with words ending on th. So the tongue is in between the upper and the lower teeth. So as in, so think, healthy, teeth, wolf, clothe, breathe, Matthew. So you can see the upper teeth and the lower teeth. The tongue is in between them. So we have think, healthy, teeth, wolf, cloth, breath, Matthew. Now the next one we have is the. So we have it as a voice dental fricative. So those, worthy, smooth, breath, mother, though. Here we have as in voiceless alveolar fricative. So we have ask, loose, bristle, ass, like in axe. So we have pest, increase, quas, science. So the next one we have is z. So a voice alveolar fricative as in zero, buzz, lose, exhaust, husband, scissors, dazzle. So we'll go again. Z. Voice alveolar fricative. Zero, buzz, lose, exhaust, husband, scissors, dazzle. Next we have shh, which is a voiceless post alveolar fricative, such as in splash, champagne, sugar, schnapps, nuptial, controversial. The next one we have here is zh, a voice post alveolar fricative. So we have regime, not regime. Regime, camouflage, jabots, equation, azure, seizure, genre. I take it again. Regime, camouflage, jabots, equation, azure, seizure, genre. So the next one we have is so it's a glossy sound. So how, house, whole, haw, excel, honey. So followed by as in a voice bilabial nasal, meaning that this is involving both lip and coming out through the nose. So we have month, family, mommy, swim, him. So the next one we have is n. So as in a voice alveolar nasal, such as in nut, can, pioneer, channel, fend. So we have here, this one is involving the back tongue as So we call it the vowel nasal, as in bank, conquer, anger, anxious, uncle, ringer, think, conquest, conquest. Let me take it again. As in bank, conquer, anger, anxious, uncle, ringer, think, conquest. So the next one we have is a lateral. So we have lamp, label, arc, spell, kill, pillow. So this is like a lateral again. I'll take it as lamp, label, arc, spell, kill, pillow. So followed by a roll, which is also referred to as a voice alveolar approximant, as in R. So we have race, mirror, arrest, vary, genre, followed by the G, which is a semi-vowel and is also referred to as a voice palatal approximant, such as in jam, yellow, hallelujah, adieu, behavior, pseudo. Another semi-vowel, which is also referred to as a voice bilabor approximant, meaning involving both lip. So we refer to it as w, as in a word, wit, language, linguistic, persuade, assuage. So followed by whoever, win, will. Thank you for watching. See you next class.